Hello again, we are back, more or less. One of these days I'm gonna have a word with my provider because I have noticed recently, once a week, sometimes 2 times a week. I don't know what they are doing. I have a feeling they are resetting the servers or something in the morning. It is of course, it's usually around 6:30 in the morning. But I'm not very happy with this, obviously. You are streaming, you try to make some videos, and then the provider decides to reset the servers or whatever it is that they are doing, and I lose internet for like a couple of minutes, making everything fall apart. You buy a pretty expensive PC back in November, you upgrade your internet to Fiber 300 to make all these things go smooth, and then your provider decides, nope, let's reset the servers in the morning, because normal people, I'm assuming, are in bed. But nighthawks like me are trying to get a stream going. We were doing this Aerobatics GB, so I guess we have to do that again. Yeah, probably, because we don't even have a score in it. So, Noob Summit 46, part 2, thanks to my provider. Aerobatics it was, that blue thing. There. I'm gonna have a look on the settings because that thing. I'm gonna put the angle on 7. Yeah, the pitch is on maximum, although the thing does not go up and down like it should. Put the wings on 1. Let's go with that. And let's try again. Get back to the bridges. To get that under bridge here. Turn around. Give me the next sequence. I know it's looping. And an outside loop as well. Not getting it again. This is a really, really bad pilling. Keeps turning on the loops, so you have to counterweight. And now some vertical up, please. I think we have some other bridges as well. What do we have? Yep. Nose dive under bridge and inverted. Let's try to get the under bridge. And now we need a nose dive. Okay, we scored 9,000 points. It cannot just not fly with this thing. This thing does all kind of strange things with it, does what you don't want it to do. We scored 140,000 points, that will be due. This is gotta be the worst plane in the game. At one point it was the Pilatus, but they sorta made that a little bit better to fly. And now we need some sort of race set, whatever it is that we have. We don't have any race sets. Because they come up with these things, but they don't really think them through. If you ask me. Because we have all plane sets with Magnificent on it. And then they suddenly want us to use some sort of set. So we're gonna have to use with this set. I have Magnificent on here, but at least I have some Pure and some Extra Pump on this plane. Because that is what you basically need, a Nitrochemist with Pure and Extra Pump. And we have to use the Harmon, which is this thing. So yeah, I don't have a Pure Extra Pump combination. None of us do, because we are using Magnificent for aerobatics. So that is what we have on our planes. And then they come up with like, no, we want you to do a rally rate track with this thing, which means you have to get another Nitrochemist set recalibrated to Pure and Extra Pump to actually make that work properly. But since we do not have that set, we're gonna deal with this one. Let's go with this for now. 10, 10, 5, 10, 10, 10. 1. This thing is not turning because they made this was one of the better planes. We always used it. Then they, some reason or another, nobody asked for it, but they messed around with the planes and the rudders. And now this thing is as stiff as hell. The rudder does not turn like it should. But yeah, we have no other choice. We have to use it. This was a good plane. They made it into a bad plane. And it takes place in the snow. Wonderful stuff. Weather. Who cares for this weather? Seriously. Nobody. Try to get as low as possible because you need the one to hit those checkpoints. Can't even see where you're flying with the snow. Mr. Fergus, I don't know what you like about your weather, but it's trash. Just give us an option to put summer on. Excuse me? How low do you have to fly there to get it? To the right, plane. I don't know what this. I can understand they adjusted some other planes because there were some trash planes out there like the Pilatus. I can understand that they make it a bit better. But why mess with the good planes as well? This thing was very agile, it reacted quickly. Now they made it like stiff as hell rudder. You have to put everything on maximum to actually get some movement in that plane. Okay, we get that one if we fly through. We get that one. So why did we not get that one here? How low do you have to be? Have to fly straight through this or what? Yeah, apparently. So that's 3, here checkpoint number 4. That's 5, and then we have the finish, which is... So you can probably get a bit of altitude and get some more speed if you go downhill. This is aerobatics, of course, not an air race plane, so it's like, I don't know. You can probably do 350, 360 if you tune it a bit. 140, yeah. I thought I saw times of 129 already or something earlier. Oh no, 137. It's kinda okay. Which puts us in 4th place at the moment. With 1,338,000 points. You cannot win a car this week, so this is more than a sufficient enough score to get platinum. And then you have the guys with the joysticks and all that kind of stuff. They will be on top. On average, I'm thinking, what do I lose? 120. 131. I'm losing 11,000 points in that one. 119. 125. I'm losing 6,000 points in that one. So that's already 17. 126, 130. It's kind of okay here. But I'm pretty sure they will go lower with that. 5,000, yeah, well, that's already 20,000 in total. And then we have the aerobatics, which on average we're losing 10,000 points. 8,000 points on average probably. So that's another 25,000 points on those 3 aerobatic events. Wonderful stuff. So yeah, my advice for this week. Try to get a score over 1.3 million. Unless you have a joystick and you can fly these planes. Otherwise, I would suggest go for 1.3 and stay the hell out of there the rest of the week. That's sort of what I'm gonna do, I think. Especially if my provider starts interfering with stuff and suddenly decides to reset the servers for 5 minutes or whatever. When you are streaming, that is one of the reasons why I don't do these things normally at 6 AM in the morning. But we were awake now, so we can obviously improve here and there, but like the air races, there's not that much I can improve. It's like the things do not turn fast enough. If you see some of these Chinese guys, they play with a joystick, they play in cockpit view, they they go 15 seconds faster. Which is of course also 7, 8, 9, sometimes 12,000 points, summit points difference. And there are 3 of those events, so yeah, you can already do the math. You can already see it here now. I'm 40,000 points behind first place already. And there are still a bunch of players that needs to come in here. So somewhere top 1000 is what we're playing for this week. Instead of top 30 or top 10 or whatever. Not gonna happen. Not with planes. This is a time attack. This is in a way also a time attack. The other 2 are... that GB, that's unflyable. That is just unflyable. This one we can improve probably. Let's have a look. Golden Gate. What did we score here? 9,800. 9,200 in the keys. Okay. Activities, freestyle, aerobatics, Golden Gate. 10,321, so I'm already having like more points over there. And the keys, 10,143, also there in the slick. That is in the activities. Now we have to use this bullet plane here. The thing does not fly. So I'm scoring already 1,000 points less compared to the things that I did in the activities. In the activities, I was just setting some scores, not even flying for a record or whatever. So I could probably, if I really want to, score 12,000 points in something that I can fly, but not in a GB bullet plane, which does not even do a loop. If I do a loop with this thing, you just do a loop, you let it go, bam. It balances out and you get the loop. Same with the slick or the Zipco. The GB, it keeps turning. So if you do a loop and you you lean backwards, you have to lean forwards to balance it out with that GB, because otherwise it doesn't stop, it keeps going around. But now that I'm flying that Harmon, the rudder is still piss pot. But other than that, it seems to change it a little bit again, because it does stuff pretty quickly. It's pretty okay. It only doesn't turn that much anymore. After blading shots they messed with this rudder of the plane. Well, with the rudder of all the planes, to be honest, but we can score 1.3 million. We can do that every summit. That's not a problem. I haven't watched what the score was last week. We had 1,322,000 in a premium summit where you could win a car. And that was good enough for top 400 somewhere. Okay, let's have a look on something else. Yeah, if you don't like planes, then obviously it's not your summit this week, because it's only planes. But we're gonna make some changes. And I'm also gonna have a look on where is my car. Completely disappeared from the radar. Oh no, here it is, a white one. So we're gonna take the parts of this thing. We're gonna copy these exact same settings, which is oh no. I think I had 5657 maybe. We definitely had 79 here. Aero on 5. Yeah, that's sort of the settings that we have on this car normally. Now, where is that noting? Here it is. Because we haven't tested that, let's do that. Aero on 5, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Camber on 0, otherwise we do not have any steering. 9, 7. Brake balance on 8 apparently. We're also gonna put the gearbox on 9. Don't like 10. That takes too long to shift. Okay. We go to street racing and we're gonna look for that new car that they added last week. And we're gonna see if we Mother Road 66. No, that was not it. San Francisco commute. Let's have a look. Can you just put us in a car that we want to be in? Exhaust is coming out of the hood apparently. Let's see if this thing is any better than the normal one. Apparently you're not supposed to drive a car after you flew a couple of planes. This thing is better, I already know it now. It's way more stable. Once we do some corner and we get some steering into it. It seems to have a gear issue though. But it steers way better. Yep. Let's retry that again. This car is better than the normal one. And the normal one is already pretty good. Go full throttle in that corner. Normal one slides here in these corners. This one slides a bit, but not as much. So my first thought on it is that it has more grip than the normal one. Slightly getting some steering into it as well. Kind of strange how it is that your cars do not steer after coming out of flying a few planes. Like that we sometimes have to go to a couple of drift events to get it working. There's no way you survive that corner at that speed with the normal one. A 307 in the first run. I think in last week we did a 318 or so in the first run. Let's put the gearbox on 10. I think we drove last week with gearbox on 10. So let's do that. And then I don't have like the perfect set here because I have some frenetic in here, which already makes the wheel spin more. Where is that thing? Here somewhere, I think, or we are already past it. Okay, guess we already passed it. San Francisco commute, please. Okay. Mother Roads. It was here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Let's try that again with the gearbox on 10. 3059, and that was definitely not the best run. And last week I pushed it a bit with the normal S2000 and I got a 306 high somewhere. After 2 attempts we already have a 305 here. It feels similar, but it feels more grippy for some reason. So my conclusion of this thing is that it's a little better than the normal S2000. Sort of like you have with the Carrera GT and the Devo Magma edition. And the Carrera Green Flash edition. They are also better than the normal ones. This thing, same story. Is it gonna beat the SLS? Probably not. But it will be a bit higher in the ranking. And the normal S2000 was already pretty high in the street race ranking. So that will be it for this one, I think. Yeah, I can redo a couple of these airplane things, but it's not gonna make much difference. It really isn't. In air race I'm losing at least 10 seconds. Sometimes 8 to 10 seconds, let us say, I'm losing compared to the first guys normally. So when there are 3 of those events, so that also equals 30,000 summit points. And in aerobatics, 145,000 is not even that bad. 142,000, yeah, that GB, I don't like that plane, that thing is not flyable. I've tested it in air race a couple of times with different kind of settings. That thing just does not fly. To me, that is the worst plane in the game at the moment. The Harmon is pretty good, but that is nothing to do with stunts or whatever. It's just a time attack. So we have to use the Harmon there. We have to use the GB. There is no other way, unfortunately. The Edge is Zivco Edge is kind of okay. The other two you can take whatever it is that you want. We did all 3 in the Zivco Edge, which is also not the idea. I'm pretty sure that the first guys will not have used the Zivco. No, Waco. Yep, that's what they do. They drive that double-decker plane, which is also something I do not like. But when it comes to air race, apparently they found some settings where it works with some certain settings of on a wheel or on a controller or whatever, I don't know. You see these Wacos show up in the leaderboards. Before Blazing Shot, it was very often Spitfire or the Harmon Record or something like that. Depends a bit. The Spitfire can do 470, 480 kilometers an hour. And this Waco also goes pretty high speed, and for some reason or another they make it work that thing turns fast and quickly. For me, that plane totally does not work. So I go with a Zivco or with a Slick or something, which is still more or less flyable. The Harmon is still handling wise one of the better planes probably, but they messed up the rudder. So if you have to take turns, you have a problem. I don't know why they changed that plane. There were some bad planes, they could have changed those, obviously. But one of the better planes they messed with as well. They messed with all the planes in general. And yeah, that killed the Harmon, so we had to look for something else. I'm using Zivco and Slick. But I know the Spitfire as well as the Waco are faster. We saw it already a couple of summits. Everything with a plane, you see Waco in top leaderboards. I don't like that plane at all. So we can probably score 1,350 or something in total. But that doesn't matter because these guys on top, they already have a couple of hours into the summit. Not even 2 hours. They already have 1,380,000, so they're gonna go towards 1,400,000, maybe even over it for the top players. For the top 3,000 on the other hand, There are a lot of players out there who do not like planes, so I do not expect that Platinum score to go very high this week. There's a very good chance that there are a bunch of players not even gonna do this summit because of the fact that it is planes. Anything above 1,000,002, you're more than likely good to go. That's my guess. Normally, in a normal summit, you get scores like around 1,000,001 something on PC. When it's a premium summit where you can win a car, it's somewhere around 1,000,002, 1,250,000. We are still not on the point where the platinum is a 1-3. So if you can score 1-3 or above, you are guaranteed platinum. Next week, I cannot make any promises. I cannot speak for other players. I can only speak for myself. I will not be doing that for platinum, and the week after that, nor will we go for that one. So because I have these cars as well, the Devo Magma as the Black Knight on both of my drivers. So that on PC at least 2 people that have a chance to win the car compared to the last summit. On the other hand, you will have some people who already have the car still play this summit to make sure that they put time and effort into it, and then they can be sure that their exclusive cars keeps being exclusive. That is how it goes in a competition. You cannot blame the players for that. You have to blame Ivory Tower for that, for setting it up like this. If everybody just play like they normally will, then you're gonna have the same 3,000 people that already have the car win the car again. This is as simple as that. They should have set it up in such a way that those who have the car already cannot win the car, and then you go to the next one in the ranking. They haven't set it up like that. That's their choice. If you do not have it, I do advise you go for it, because especially for that Devo Magma edition next week, because it's the best hypercar out there. If you do not have it, you need to put all the effort into that you can get to get this car, because this thing is the fastest. The Black Knight, if you want to complete your collection, go for it. If not, stay away from it. It's the worst of the 3 Evos. The normal one is the best for most people. A Red Fury after that, and the Black Knight in 3rd position. For most people, at least. So that's not something you want to go for. It also more or less looks the same as the Red Fury, only this one has some blue tints and the other one has red tints. Airborne, Summit number 46. That's what we have done. That includes a couple of repeats in November already. In total 13, 26, 43. Actually, it's 43 unique summits that we have so far. We had 3 repeats in November. That's why this is summit number 46, and we'll get 2 repeats in the next one. March 25th, live summit. It's not loaded into the system. That also means spring update. That is pretty clear from this schedule. It says coming soon, as you can see, and also the last one over there is coming soon. New summit batch. Yeah, March 25. That's pretty. You can just look at it here. If you do the math on this, these 2 repeats, and then the update, and the new summit batch will more than likely come in on March 25. We will see what we do next week. I might help some people. If some people need help, post it in the comments, and then next Wednesday or so, during the evening or whatever, we can play a bit, make a crew in case you need help, in case you want a car, you don't have it yet. Something like that we can try. If you are on PC, I do not have a console, so I can only help out on PC. To make sure that some of you who do not have it win the car. We can try that. Something like that. I'm not going to go for platinum. I will leave 1 or 2 events open, so that I'm in gold or silver or whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll do it like that. After that we will see. I'm gonna stick to the upload procedure that I am now. That means in this summit, as far as I know, no reset, it's all planes. There might be a reset here or there, but it's not gonna make that much of a difference. It's not influencing the score or the times, as far as I know. Other than that, for any of the future summits, also for summit batch number 4, I'm sticking to my procedure, which I am doing for about 4 weeks now. That means if there are not too many resets, I upload the videos to YouTube. If there's a bunch of resets and other crap going on, I do not support that summit and I will not upload it to YouTube. That's also the reason why you will not see Summit 45 and Summit 43 on my YouTube channel. They are not missing in the collection. I did not export them for that reason. And I'm going to do exactly the same in Summit batch number 5 and 4 and 6 and whatever they come up with, as long as they do not disable back on track in the summit. If they don't want to do that, then we do not support it. It's as simple as that. That will be it for this one, guys. All about planes. If you're not into planes, you might have a problem this week, because there's nothing else in there. As well as skill test as the event, aerobatic planes and air race planes. I will see you guys in the next one, which might be a bit later today with some division stuff. See if things have been solved there, because also there were some problems. Expansion came in yesterday. At first we couldn't play it for a couple of hours because the servers were overloaded or whatever. Eventually we could play it, but then we could only do like the first main mission, because the second, third, fourth and fifth main missions we had to talk to AI people, and we couldn't talk to them because it was a bit bugged out. Hopefully that is fixed. We will do that later. Some escape from Tarkov you will see come by as well during this week. Other than that, yeah, not much crew stuff is gonna show on the streams or the videos. I might do another stream with my other driver, because I have to do that summit again with my other driver, but I am not going to try to improve any of these scores here. Planes do not work for me like they should. I don't have a problem with the fact that they're in the game. I enjoy flying around in a plane, but not when it comes to going fast or setting high scores. Doesn't work for me that well. Yep, that will be it for this week. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.